Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great episode of 2Hot4Church.
Yes.
I am your host, Genese Roberson. Hey. Hey. And this is my lovely co-host and my personal therapist.
Keep it coming. Keep going.
She is
wonderful, marvelous.
Yes, wonderful, marvelous, talented, brilliant, anointed. She is my lovely co-host. She is also a author of this wonderful book, Perfectly Imperfect: Key Principles That Lead to Your Best Relationship Ever. She is also a relationship and love coach. This is Miss Kim Love Jones, y'all.
Yes.
It's
really not that serious, you guys. It's really.
It is to me.
No. You know what? I'm going to tell you. I absolutely have got to say this. I know that this is a match made in heaven.
Yes.
And I know that we are supposed to be doing these shows.
Yes.
And I am so grateful to God for you, my sister.
Yes.
And while she's giving me all these accolades, she is doing her thing.
I'm trying.
Understand that. No,
I'm trying.
To try is to fail with honor. So you're not trying, you're doing it.
Thank you.
You're doing it. Oprah said that, y'all. I didn't come up with that one. Oprah said that.
So today we are going to talk about the do's and don'ts of online dating. That is our topic for today's show.
It's going to be interesting.
Yes, very interesting. And we're just so thankful because we are actually going into season 2 of 2Hot4Church. We're blessed, really. God has really showed favor on us that we can still be here in season 2. It may not seem like a big deal, but it really is, especially when there are so many people out there who have started something, and this is a ministry, but they have started something, but life happens. And when life happens, and it's so easy to get distracted and not follow through on, what God has, told you to do, or what God has put in your heart. And you really need a strong team.
Yeah.
You need a strong team, strong people behind you to be able to accomplish that. And, we are definitely prayed up, and we are a strong team.
Yeah.
We are really a strong team. Match made in heaven, like Kim said.
Yes.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. So some of the do's and don'ts of online dating, and why I think this is such a topic that needs to be discussed is because right now everyone is doing online dating. Not everyone, but a good majority
Some people are afraid to online dating.
Yes, and as you should be to a certain extent. But a lot of people are doing it.
Why do you think you should be?
I think that.
Let's talk about
Yes, you want to jump. So you want to jump in?
Yeah, let's jump in. Yeah, let's jump in.
I think that you should be very leery of online dating, and because you could meet just like, and I know what you're gonna say before you even say it. You know people. I know Kim. You should be very leery of it because you don't know who you are going to meet. Some people be catfishing people on there, Yes, you think you're talking to a girl, or you think you're talking to a guy, and you're really talking to a girl. Like, it's just like some people catfish, They're not being true about their true identity. So that's one reason why, people are very, very, very leery of it. Should be at some point. But I know what you're going to say. Just like you can meet any crazy psycho person anywhere.
At the mall.
In the church.
At the wall.
Or in the church.
At the church.
That's an inside joke because
we always talking about this church business.
Always talking about meeting somebody in church.
No, you always talk about meeting somebody in church.
Because I used to think it was a good idea because then the person will understand. Those who know, just bear with me for the people that don't know this topic and how Kim and I, go through this all the time. I used to think that it was a good thing because if you meet someone in the church and you're as involved in the church, it's almost as if like you'll understand why I gotta, why I'm involved in different activities, why, I go to a second service. A person that's not in the church would be like, Okay, so you just went to, the morning service. Now you got to afternoon, so a person that's
too much.
Yeah, you do. Oh, so you going to church.
Right.
So it's almost like the person would not understand.
Right.
However, I've come to learn that through Kim and through
several other people
and through experience that church is like a hospital, honey. Don't get it twisted, okay? It is the church is like a hospital. So, you can meet the same psycho people there too. But
it's true. I'm telling you, no matter where you go. But go on, I'm listening. So the topic for today, as my sister was saying, is the do's and don'ts of online dating, right? Mm-hmm. I just wanted her to give us before we went any deeper, to tell us why she thinks that we should not do the online dating thing. But go on, sugar.
I'm not saying you shouldn't do the online dating. I'm just saying you should be very careful when you're doing it, because for that reason is you don't really know who you're talking to. Sometimes they do a
catfishing situation the other day. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, "Oh, I think they catfishing me."
Yeah,
I think that they're catfishing me. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
but
so definitely,
yeah. And say I haven't met them. I only saw one picture. They don't want to send me any more pictures.
Right? Yeah.
That kind of thing. I was like, real.
Right.
I only heard about that on TV.
You haven't experienced it yourself at all.
Right. Exactly. No, not no catfishing shenanigans. That's some shenanigans. Anyway, go on.
So I'm going to say one of the don'ts, one of my most important don'ts is do not give your number out.
Yeah.
So fast. You meet someone, you're talking to them, you're vibing with them, okay? Whatever site you're on, whether it be, I don't know, Christian Love Mingo or whatever, who knows? Whatever.
Christian Love Mingo.
Isn't there a site called...
Is it even a site?
I think there's a site called Christian Love Mingo.
Is it?
I think.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, I think it's... Y'all let us know. I think it's called Christian Love Mingo or something like that. But I don't know. But... don't be so fast to give your number out. And why I say this is because anytime someone, not anytime, the majority of the time, when someone is so fast to want to exchange numbers online, my thing is, let's chat for a moment
in the inbox.
In the inbox, yeah. Let's do the messaging for a moment, and let me get to know or find out if I really like you, if I want to invite you into my personal space like that. Because to me, I'm very careful about my number. My number is like my personal, it's like real personal to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel like that, but it's real personal. Not everyone has my number, and not because I'm all of that or anything like that, but I just a selective few people I will definitely give my number to. So if you have my number, I am inviting you in my personal space, because we have our phones with us all the time.
Right. It's a tracking.
When we go to sleep, it's
a tracking device.
It is. When we go to sleep, most of our phones are plugged up right on our nightstands. When we wake up, our phones are right by our nightstands. When we go to work, when we go to church, it's so personal.
Right, it is.
So anyone who has my number, I have to feel comfortable enough that I want you in my personal space like that. Does that make sense? Anybody else feel that way?
No, it's true. Because even though you can block them, it's still, you don't want to even have to go through that. You want to kind of, but here's the thing. If they can catfish you and you have their phone number, and they have your phone number, they can do some shenanigans even without, because how do you know? You haven't heard their voice.
Right.
You only did, you could do a video chat with them through social media or something. But how you know?
Right.
You still don't know.
You still don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, so know. I don't like to
give out your phone number.
I don't like that idea. Do not give out your phone number. I think
until you're sure. And I don't know when that time will be.
Yes, you'll know when that time comes.
I'm going to tell you why I would give my phone number.
You would give your phone number out?
Because I hate all of that.
Really? Oh my goodness.
I promise. I don't want anybody to write me an essay or a dissertation. I really don't. I really, really don't. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like, let's get it. Like,
really?
Let's talk on the phone.
So, okay, so that means that, let's say someone inbox you, hey, how you doing? My name is Sean. Hi, how you doing? My name is Sean. I like your picture. I think you're very attractive. How are you today?
He probably wouldn't get my number because I don't know him. But like if you're talking about Facebook and stuff like that, like I literally see what other people post. I kind of like some of their character or whatever.
Okay.
So I be like, oh, he posts some really nice stuff.
Right.
Or you could say, oh, he's real militant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't think you could tell a whole lot about a person from their Facebook page, but I think it speaks to some things about them.
Right.
Because, people can post whatever they want, but be just as hellish as they want to be outside of that. Right. So, with that being said, I definitely feel like you could tell, some stuff from a person. So I probably wouldn't be as apprehensive. But then the other part of it is what I do.
Right.
So because I give out my phone number anyway, even if it's my business number or my personal, people, you could get in touch with me anyway.
Right.
Anyway.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. So I'm not afraid of that.
Okay.
I actually prefer that.
Really? See, I don't, because only personal. My phone is personal. I do conduct business, but it's more personal to me. Like I conduct more personal stuff than business stuff from my phone. So I don't like everyone having my telephone number. I really don't. Especially when it comes online. And I feel like when a person wants you...
Well, everybody doesn't have it. Let's just be clear.
Doesn't have...
my phone number.
Right. No. I get it.
You kind of can... If you interacting with people on a regular, you can kind of gauge.
But there are some times where it's like you'll be talking to someone and they'll be like, hey, how you doing? My name is Lloyd. And,
My name's Lloyd. Hi, how about that?
Hi, my name is Lloyd. And, I find your picture very attractive. How you doing? And then... here's my number, call me. Like that kind of thing. It's just like, wait, I don't even know if I like you enough to call you yet.
Well, on a dating website, right? I think about that. I don't, I'm not big on the inbox. I'm not big on that. I can inbox. Know what I can tell. People can write. You can tell if they don't write properly or something like that.
You can tell with consistency. If you're online, talking to someone, you can tell with the consistency. How consistent are they? With the messaging? Like messaging is a big part of online dating. Okay. So how consistent are you with replying? Oh. What type of questions are you asking when we are going back and forth? That tells me if, like, for example, if you just are hitting me up and you're like, oh, well, how was your day? And you're not asking me, we're not in that last for a week, and you're not building up to asking me questions about my life. That to me is a red flag. Like, you're consistently asking me how my day is. My day is fine. How was your day? And that goes back and forth. Right. And you're not curious to know about the person that you're going back and forth with. That's like, next.
I feel like that actually on phone calls. Like, if you don't have nothing to talk about, I mean, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Like, you need to be able to have a conversation outside of. So, yeah, I get it.
I would want someone, for me to give you my number, I want to know that you're somewhat interested in my personal, everyday affairs. I'm not going to give you my number if you're not asking anything about my personal daily affairs, because that means that you'll add me to your list, and I say always, please put me on your do not call list, because this is what guys do, and women do it too. What? In the morning time, when they're getting up, getting ready to go to work, they'll send that text message out to like 100 different women. Good morning, beautiful. I hope you have a wonderful day. Like, that's just like, you could cut and paste that. Real? Yeah, and it's sent out to different ways. I mean, that's how I feel, because it's too generic. There's nothing original in it.
Right. It's not like, hey, Genese, just thinking about you this morning. I hope you're doing okay.
Yes.
It's just, good morning, beautiful.
Yes. Gotcha. It's so generic and so played out. Yeah. So that's why I don't get my number out anymore, because I'll be like, I'll say quick, fast, in a hurry, please put me on your do not call list. Wow. Yeah, please. No, because I don't have time. It's like, please, get out of here.
Get out of here.
No, I really don't have time for it. So yeah, that would be something that I would not recommend doing. I don't recommend giving your number out on the first, like on the first week or so.
No, I'm not.
I can do the messaging forever, and within the messaging, that's telling me that you're how much you're interested in me. And my life and my daily affairs. Right. And that's really because the messaging is just like texting. The messaging is just another form of holding a conversation.
Right, and I hate text messages.
Yeah.
Because it gets crazy.
Yes.
That's the only way they want to communicate.
And it can be misconstrued too. Like a lot of times we can misconstrue. Right.
The heart of a text. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So to me, the messaging is just the introduction to if I want to give you my number or not.
Right.
Okay. So that's why I say I don't recommend. If you don't like it, just anybody, if you want to be put on the do not call list, don't give your number out, because there are a lot of guys that will just, oh, hey, how you doing? Good morning, beautiful. It's so generic. And they'll text it to 1,000,001 girls. Women, sorry. Girls too, but whoever.
Whoever's willing to listen.
Whoever is willing to listen.
It's a numbers game.
It is.
It's a numbers game.
It is. I agree.
I'm gonna find the one who won't pay attention to what I'm doing.
To my shenanigans.
Yeah. And she gonna respond and she like, "Good morning, handsome, and how you doing?" And oh my God, and I was thinking about you last night, and blah 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 blah. And it really, really is a numbers game. Mm-hmm. It's a numbers game. That's why I tell people just date as many people as you want to date. I'm not saying kiss. I'm not saying
just date.
Date. Go out for coffee. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money. You don't have to do it. For the guys, you don't spend all your money. Just take out the.
Don't listen to her. Spend your money.
No, because I feel bad for my brothers. I really genuinely feel bad for them. But I think we like moving over to a whole nother. I do. I genuinely feel bad for my brothers, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because they get the raw end of the stick.
Well, I mean, yeah, they would get the raw end of the stick because it's a numbers game. Yeah. So, yeah.
Take out for a cup of tea or coffee and a little piece of pound cake or something. Don't spend up all your money. If she ain't it, you need to know that. And I'm telling you, I hear this from my man.
Piece of pound cake?
Yeah, no. I don't care what it is. I don't want them to take you to McDonald's, but if you take you to the diner, you get a cup of coffee and you get a little piece of pound cake or a Danish or something. You don't have to go in heavy. And I'm saying this for a reason. Because my brothers are washed out from women taking advantage of them with this dating thing. I'm telling you. Women don't see it because they don't have to bear the brunt of it. Okay. But my brothers, they suffer because they want somebody to talk to. They want somebody in their lives. And every woman, if they doing online dating, I know brothers who do online dating, right? And every woman they meet, they got to take her out. They got to, make her feel, and that one might not be the one.
But what about the work that the women have to put into it when you online? We have to put in a lot of work as well.
For what?
What do you mean?
No. You paying for the meal. No, financially.
But I'm saying you're talking finances, but I'm also talking about the fact that we have to build up for that. We have to, get dressed up. We have to, it takes a lot of work to do that.
Too much. I don't already told you.
But that's women. I don't know.
Authentically,
you cannot go on a first date and not look like something. I don't know.
No. I'm not saying go there looking like you just finished cleaning your house with a rag on
but
your
it
head.
Takes time to get yourself
but
together.
That doesn't mean that he got to spend $150 because he's taking you out on the first date. It don't mean that. I just want to meet you. Or if you online dating and somebody says, I just want to meet you, can we meet over a cup of coffee and a pound cake, and they genuinely seem interested in you, but they want to get together. Maybe they want to see what your mannerisms are like. Pay attention. You pay attention. It's a good time for you to pay attention. So nobody's investing in anything. Nobody feels like they out anything. You went out, you had a nice, pleasant conversation, hopefully, and that's it. So brothers are not, because I'm telling you, because I'm a relationship coach, let me be clear. I hear from both, and I am neutral. I don't try to, I support and I encourage my brothers just as much as I support and be a blessing to my sisters. You understand? I cannot be like, oh no, you need to spend, I don't operate like that. So I'm advocating for my brothers because truth, they don't advocate a lot. Sometimes they just go away, and nobody ever knows their pain. And a lot of brothers have said to me over the years, and I'm going like 13 years, 14 years, talking to brothers, doing a lot of personal research myself, and I understand that they go through a lot. Right. They really do. And women don't see that. It's like, oh, well, then you need to settle down. But it's okay if they haven't found the one that they want to settle down with. It doesn't mean that their pockets should be bleeding. You know what I mean?
Well, that's to me, that's part of dating. That is part of dating.
It is. But then the first thing was like, oh, well, he don't want to take me out. He don't want to spend no money. No, he just has to he wants to get to know you. He wants to meet you in person. It doesn't mean, you can meet at a park. You don't even have to spend any money. But women like, oh, you want to take me out on a date? You're going to spend your money. And I'm not saying, my brothers know I troop for them.
Yeah, she does.
I really do. I'm not saying that he doesn't take you out on a proper date if you and him connect on a deeper level.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Correct.
Then if he's like, wow, I'm really feeling her. Like, can I take you out? I want to take you wherever. To a very swank place. Everybody gets dressed up. Mm-hmm. But when you first meet him, you can meet him in a pair of jeans. Make sure your face is beat and your hair, and your hair's
on fleek.
Right. But it's just in a real way, brothers.
You shouldn't have to spend a whole lot of money. That's what you're saying.
He'll be broke. He won't have no money in savings, messing around with all these women around. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I'm trying to buy a house, and I keep going out on dates. It ain't right. I'm telling you right now, it ain't right.
Okay, all right.
But you understand what I'm saying?
I feel you.
It's not fair.
It's not. Sometimes
I don't want him to do that to my sons. I have sons, y'all. I have two daughters too, but my son, and I be trying to look out for my sons because these women is something else.
Yeah, we are. We can be. So I think one of the other things that for a do when you're dealing with online dating is do know the qualities that you are looking for in a partner before you get on that site.
Yes.
Because not everybody is on that site looking for relationships and stuff like that. A lot of people are looking to smash. Y'all know what smash is, right?
Have sex.
Yes. Get busy, right. A lot of people are looking for that. So you really want to know the qualities that you're looking for in a partner. Just because you're dating online, it should not take away from the work that you have already put in before right. Our last show, we talked about some of the things that you should accomplish before entering into a new relationship. Right. So once you get online, you should be ready to enter into a new relationship.
Right.
You should be ready to enter into a new relationship. So with that being said, know the qualities that you're looking for in a partner. Know the qualities, know what you want. Know what you don't want, because in knowing what you don't want, you kind of stumble into what you do want, Right. So know what you want in a partner. Don't go in there, blindly, okay, I'm just going to try this. No, there are really people out there who are looking for relationships just like you are. But you will also find that there are a lot of people that are, only looking to smash. And if you're not looking to smash, or AKA have sex, get busy or whatever, because a lot of people use online dating as a platform for sex.
Right. I heard that.
Yes.
Somebody told me that there was a hookup site, like this site was primarily for hooking up. I don't remember what it was. Somebody told me about that.
Oh, yeah. Is it Backpage or something like that?
No, I don't even know about that.
I think it might be called Backpage or something like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That to me is absolutely amazing, but okay, it's new ways to do all kinds of things. So.
Well, yeah, because people were using Craigslist. Is Craigslist still going? People still use Craigslist? People using Craigslist to hook up.
But I heard there was a Craigslist killer or something like that.
Yeah.
Really no, I'm saying.
No, I think there really was a Craigslist killer. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
But they were using Craigslist as a way. Everybody knows what Craigslist is. That's that online platform where you can post ads and sell stuff.
How about that?
But with Facebook now, people really don't even need Craigslist anymore, because Facebook, you can get apartments, you can get clothes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God, I forgot about
that's
that.
why I said I don't even know if there's still a Craigslist, if Craigslist still exists.
It's still there.
Right. So a lot of people use that as a avenue to hook up with other people. So you got to be very mindful. Know what you want, and once you know what you want in a partner, the qualities, make sure you stick to them. Yes. Do not settle.
Yes.
That is a big thing. Do not settle at all. I don't care.
Yes.
Know that, like we said before, know that God has something bigger and better.
Yes.
So if it's not really if you're not getting all that you're looking for in a partner right away, give it some time. Let God, do what he does, and you do what you need to do as well.
Yes.
Faith without works is dead. So you don't want to just sit there and just, no. You want to put it, did I say, you don't want to just sit there. You have to put in that work.
No, you do.
You really have to put in that work. It's very, very important. So we said be mindful that a lot of people are just looking to smash. That's a big one. So be careful about that. Do be mindful. And I remember you said don't get caught up.
Yeah, the online dating, do not get caught up. Mm-hmm. Like when you meet people, and that's why I was saying all that I was saying even about the man, like in all the stuff the men go through. Do not get caught up in them telling you that you're beautiful. Don't get caught up in all of that. Don't get caught up in, I was looking for you. Where you been all my life? Don't get caught up in that.
They say that too.
No,
hey, beautiful queen, whatever.
Don't get caught up in that.
Yeah, stop.
Pay attention to the things that are important to you. Mm-hmm. Pay attention to the things that are deal breakers, but then also pay attention to what they are saying and not saying to you. And I'm telling you, because one of the most important things, I think people, we get caught up. We're going to do a show on the 5 stages of love. Right. That's coming. Mm-hmm. And one of the issues is that people go through this phase when you first fall in love, and I'm talking about this specifically to deal with this, because when you get caught up and things seem right, and oh my God, there is something that goes on inside of us spiritually, but it's also biochemically. And I talked about this before. I don't know if but I talked about this before, because there is a chemical thing that starts to happen when you start, endorphins and stuff start to go off in your brain about this new conquest, this new love interest, and so it's like, oh my God, are they going to marry me? This could be the one. Oh my God. Men are not thinking that. They're not thinking about, oh my God, I want to marry you. They're not. Most men are not thinking that. They're going to see who you are and how you are, and they're going to sum up whether or not they could deal with you or want to deal with you for the rest of their lives or not. They're not thinking about marriage per se the way a woman thinks about marriage.
But they will get married, but you're saying that's not...
Right.
When they're kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? When they're kind of like etching out who they want to get with and who they don't want to.
So they will, so the idea is to make sure, because women have an issue with this. We talked about this before, marrying potential, right? And women have a big issue with this because they get caught up and they don't know the facts.
Right.
They don't have any of the facts. He just told them she was cute and he paying her some attention. He paying
and that's attention.
It. And because he said you were cute and he's paying you attention, now you just went off the rails. Like, oh my God, I think this is going to be my husband. No, it's not.
Right.
Stay focused, grasshopper. Stay focused. That's all I can tell you. No, because with women, literally, it's almost like when we get in this, we start to go through all of this chemical stuff and hormonal stuff. Listen.
Yeah, it could take you to a whole other place.
And we'll be trying to figure out.
Like, what just happened? What just happened?
Right, what just happened? Wait a minute.
How did I end up in the ditch?
Right, because you don't have the clarity of mind. You spoke about that. You're not being clear. You're not articulated inside enough what your thoughts, not to the outside world, but knowing them and being emphatic about what your standard is. Right? And so once you're emphatic and you know what your standard is, then when Boo Boo the Fool
starts,
and he show up and he like, yo, Boo, you all that, blah, 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 and all that yiggy yang 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 yang, yiggity yap. He doing all that. You're not falling into it. And it goes back to what we discussed in our other show about knowing who you are, about nobody having to make you feel better about who you are, because somebody missed the mark and wasn't telling you all the time how beautiful and wonderful and courageous and that amazing you are. Now somebody comes up to you, and because you haven't been being told that, you're led astray and led down a dark path because somebody told you that, no, don't get caught up, don't do it.
One of the things that I like to do is I like to know the person's past. If a person could be open enough with me about their past, that is so cool. And even if their past was ugly and dark and dirty and, whether you were the player or you got played, if you can be open enough about your past relationships, that is the most, because what it does is,
I don't know if I want to talk about past relationships more than I want to talk about upbringing and environment and stuff.
No, that's important too.
That's very important.
But I think because that is where everything stems from. That's important
too. It really
too.
Does. It's important.
But I like to talk about past relationships because that lets me know that. See, no one likes to look like the fool. No one likes to look like the bad guy. No one likes to look like they've been played or used or taken advantage of. No one likes to look like that in front of a potential partner or someone that they're trying to impress. But if you can step out of that comfort zone and be real about the times that you were heartbroken or the times that someone took advantage of you, I think that's
even be
so important.
About that, because people will tell you that to make you feel or see them in a better light.
That is true. That is true.
Even with that.
But I like the openness to put yourself in a position where you don't look like the best. Because when you're dating or when you're getting to know someone, everybody likes to look like they are the best. They like to put in the best representative possible. But if you can put yourself, take yourself away from looking like you are the best or looking like you've always been on top of things or you've always been in control of things. If you could take yourself out of that and show me the realness, I like that. I like that. You could get my number with that. You know what I mean? I like that because that opens up a whole, whole nother door to me knowing how to deal with you. Because if you're real enough to tell me that in the past you've had this, that, and a third issue, then I know if I'm really trying to get to know you, I know how far to push it or how far,
that's called authenticity. That's what that's called. It's being being authentic.
To say I haven't always been the one that was in control of the situation
and owning it, taking responsibility.
I've hurt just like I've been hurt, you know. I've gotten played just like I've played.
Authenticity.
But a lot of people, that's what I'm saying, they don't do that. They start off the conversations with, my ex-girlfriend cheated on me, she and they're not really being
they don't own anything
about the role that they played in it. So
well, where'd you meet her at? You ask questions. Where'd you meet your ex-girlfriend at? Oh, I met her on the block. Oh, okay.
I met her in church. So.
No, that is hilarious.
I met her in church.
I cannot believe
and she cheated on me.
Oh my gosh. That is horrible.
I mean, please, the church is a hospital. We say it all the time, so let's not get it twisted, y'all.
It is. And we need to let sick people stay in the hospital. and let sick people stay in the hospital because that's where they need to be. They need to be hooked up to a have an IV and they vein straight to Jesus. We're gonna leave them in the hospital.
Yes, and I think that all goes to one of the most important things that we have on the list for the do's and don'ts for online dating is to be a good listener. We just talked about that. Be a good listener. Know what the person, kind of decipher what the person is telling you, and also what they're not telling you. Remember we talked about that the other day. Yeah. Let's be a good listener and listen enough. Like I think how you said it, not to react. You're not listening to react
or respond.
That's what you said. You're not listening to respond. You're basically listening to learn that person.
Yeah, and have an understanding head and heart as it pertains to, because people come from different environments, but you need to pay attention. And that's more, not pay attention so you can pounce on somebody like, oh, I knew you was messed up. No, you want to pay attention to what's going on in that person's head, pay attention to their upbringing, like really listen to people, because people always tell me, well, I didn't know. And I'm like, no, you knew.
Right, you just ignored it. Yes.
No, I didn't know. Kim, I promise you, nobody ever he never told me about this. I'm like, he told you.
You just wasn't listening.
Or she told you. You were caught up. There we go with that whole
right. Don't get caught up.
Don't get caught up.
They told you, but you just were not listening.
Even the things that they negate to tell you is still telling you something.
I like that.
You really have to think about that. Think about, and I think I want to use an example. And the example is, you can learn a lot by just simply listening to people. But an example that I would use today would be like, he calls you every day at 6:00 when he gets home from work, right? And I think I talked about this maybe a little bit before. And he says, oh, and this is a conversation if I were to role play, hey, how you doing, babe? I'm good. How was your day at work? My day was really good. Me and my boss, I just, got a raise and I did, and I usually say this to the negative, but I'm going to use it in the positive. Like, I got a raise and my boss, me and him are really, like, my boss really loves me. And you're like, really? He's like, yeah, I try to really do the best I can because he's a really, really good guy, right? And so, and with saying all of that, you can tell something. He has a work ethic.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's not
him telling you, right?
Right. He's not coming out saying, "Yeah,
I have a good."
Man.
Yes.
He's coming to report to you some good news,
right?
And it's positive,
and it shows
showing you
the qualities.
That he actually has a mindset that wants to work in excellence, and so that's what God charges of us with. That's what we're supposed to do to the best of our ability, and so because of that, now this brother, and you can hear it. And the opposite of that is you can also hear when somebody is complaining every time you talk to them on the telephone.
That's right.
And they're not talking about their mom, their sister, their brother, but they're talking about their coworkers. Regular conversation. You're not trying to pry. How was your day today? And then they might tell you about a situation from like 3 days ago and you remember, you say, oh, well, how did that go? And you might hear the results of how that went, and it could be favorable or it could not be favorable. But watch the character.
The character speaks.
The character speaks volumes without you giving somebody the Spanish Inquisition.
Right.
Just talk to them. They'll tell you, if you listen, they're telling you everything you need to know within 2 weeks. And people are always like, Kim, how can you do that? It's like, because I pay attention. I'm a good listener.
Right. And you know what you're listening, you know what you're looking for.
No, it's not even that. I examine everybody. I'm horrible. Pray for me. Pray for me. I'm very analytical.
Yes, but
I watch. I literally, I watch behaviors because of what I do. But more than that, even if it's a friendship, I hone in on what I need to hone in on, which are the positives, the things that I can encourage in a person, not the things that I'm going to discourage in them, but I hone in on the things I want to encourage and support in a person, and that is what I run with. Because my job is to be a blessing. My job is to serve. So I find out what a person likes, what they want to do, because I'm a coach. And then I I take that and I elevate and I keep pressing that. So I also do that in my personal relationships. But the reason why I'm saying this is because in order to do that, you have got to pay attention to what people are saying to you. Because you'll be able to tell the BS from, you know what I'm saying? Because some people be like, Kim, because you know, and it's garbage.
Right.
Like you're giving me the garbage.
Right.
Don't give me all that. Give me the real.
The real.
I need you to dig a little deeper for me. Right. So that we can get to the root of this.
Right.
So with that being said, I'm always listening, and I think that is the most, our ears and our brains are really underused in the area of dating and looking for anything. Looking for, if you're going to get a job, right? Listen to the brother who says to you, or the sister who says to you, for my brothers, listen to the one who said, I was at IBM for 3 years, and then I left and I went to, I don't know, CompUSA, I'm going back years, but, like I'm, okay, what's going on? And what happened? My boss,
he did this to me, yeah.
Right, and whether or not they own stuff, and that's regular conversation.
Yep.
Your baby mama. I hate that term.
Your baby mama, your baby father, it's all the same thing, right? Are they owning it? Yeah.
Right.
I said this before. I said the main thing that I look for when I talk to someone on the new is, are you owning up to what could have ruined your prior relationship? Because if you are telling me,
you can't ask people that.
Well, I don't
directly.
I don't ask them directly. I just say, well, what happened to your last relationship?
Right.
And then if they say, oh man, she did this, that, and the third, she cheated, she wasn't no good,
right.
And I wait for it. I don't just first say, oh, well, okay, well, what happened to you? I wait. I let them finish out.
Right.
I don't say a word, but in my spirit, I'm like, okay.
Right.
Here come the lies.
Right. No. You see what's the character.
Here come the lies.
You know what's crazy? I was just having a thought, Lord. I think I lost my thought just that quick because you were saying that.
Yeah, here come the lies. Because that means you're not telling me the role. You're not owning up to the role that you played to, because anytime a man tells me, oh, my girlfriend, my wife, she cheated.
Right.
Well, it goes a little deeper than that.
Right.
What did you do? And I'm not maybe she just was a hoe when you met her and you just didn't.
What's you say to these ladies?
Maybe she was just a hoe when you met her and you just didn't want to admit to it.
You met a hoe.
No,
she was a hoe.
And you tried to turn.
You wanted her anyway.
But you tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. Maybe she was just a hoe when you met her. Right. There are situations like that, and for those situations, for this we have Jesus. But anyway, but sometimes you really have to think about it.
Like, maybe she was just a hoe to begin.
I mean, really,
that is hilarious. I love
because a lot of guys, these girls, they be hoes, and they you think you could turn a hoe into a. If she's a hoe, she's a hoe. Right, that's it.
Right.
Until she's delivered.
Right.
Until she's put on the altar, and the saints tarry on her. She's a hoe. I'm just saying. But you try to turn a hoe into a housewife. You're trying to shape her into what you want her to be. And she's just a hoe. She's just a hoe. Right. However, there are situations like that. But there are also situations where you neglected, and I'm not saying that cheating is right, but you neglected to serve her needs as her partner. So then, therefore, she went out to go seek other relations. Wow. Not saying that it's right. But what I'm saying is,
no, women don't usually cheat. I'm not saying they don't cheat.
At that moment, when you realize that she went out because you were not catering to, you weren't serving her needs as a husband or a boyfriend.
You mean sexually? No,
I'm talking about anything. Just catering to what. Remember, we talked about
messed up for real.
What you really want in a partner. Know what you want in a partner. So the moment that you stopped being what she own, you have to, and then she went out and cheated, you then have to own up to the role that you played, so in your next relationship it doesn't happen again. Right. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't.
Right.
It really doesn't. It just means that you have to now learn how to better serve in your relationships.
More than likely it won't be her.
So maybe she was just, a hoe, and it's fine if she was a hoe, but regardless of that, it's still a teachable moment for you now when you go into your next relationship to now say, okay, these are the things that I need to work on as an individual. Doesn't mean I'm a bad person, because I don't believe in bad people. I believe in hurt people.
Right.
There are hurt people. Well, yeah, there are, but I think mostly they're hurt people.
Right. No,
they're hurt people hurting other people because they're hurt. Right. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. No, for the most part, you're right. Because I believe everybody, maybe it's just me because I'm hopeless and have a lot of faith and hope in people, and would hope that they would grow to be better.
Right.
But honestly, it takes you to kind of go through the fire, unfortunately, several times for a lot of us before we learn that the relationships that we are in produce revelation about who we are. And I say this all the time. I'm going to repeat it until the cows come home, because we are talking about who we are in a relationship, what we bring into the table. Most people, whatever. Right. The idea behind that is, though, Genese, is that we would take the information that we know and put a mirror up so that we can see ourselves.
Yes.
Only other relationships produce that. And I talk about this because I think that this is mega important.
And a lot of people miss that. A lot of people miss it.
I had a good friend tell me the other day, she was fussing with her fiance. And we laugh. It's funny, and I'm gonna have to tell her that I talked about her in the video. But she was telling me, because he went to fix her sweater.
He went to sew it,
No, just fix it, pull it down.
Oh, okay.
And she says, stop doing that. I don't need fixing. And she went into this whole big, thing, and it was hilarious when she was telling me the story. And she said, I don't need anybody to fix me. I'm fine just how I am, and stop trying to fix. And she said, I went into this whole big thing. It was hilarious. I was cracking up the other day. And she was telling me that, and she was like, and I felt like such a heel, because she said, no, baby, I don't ever want to fix you. You perfect just the way you are. And she said she was ramping up, thinking he was going to come back roaring,
Right.
And I was hysterical. I was laughing so hard. I was like, are you serious? It was so funny. But then I was like, who you are, who you guys are, I love it, because it's real. Because it's raw, because you're authentic, he's authentic. They love each other so very much. And they go through that. And she says, when he said that, I felt like such a, stupid or whatever she said, whatever adjective she used.
Because he didn't come back at her like that.
But the idea was, I said, isn't it amazing what happens in our relationships? That whole exchange was not for him. It was for you. What made you think he was trying to fix you? What was going on up here? And relationships produce revelation about who you are.
Amen. Yep, I love it. So we have, just to kind of sum it up, what we talked about, do's and don'ts of online dating. We talked about don't give your number out so fast. Don't be so fast to do that. We also said know the qualities that you present, that you want in a partner before you get on and you start that online dating. And know your deal breakers. Yep. And when you know your deal breakers, stick to your deal breakers. Yeah. Also be mindful when online dating that there are people out there who are just looking to smash, aka get busy, also known as have sex, sleep around, whatever. Cheat, all of that.
Married.
Right. So be mindful of that. Don't go blindly in it thinking that everyone is looking for a relationship, because a lot of people also use, online dating as a way to hook up. hook up is a nice way to say it. Hook up. Also, we talked about not getting caught up. Don't get caught up in online dating, to where I think how Kim said it is, if a person is in your inbox telling you how beautiful you are, already know how beautiful you are.
Hello.
You know what I mean? Already know how beautiful you are before he comes or she comes into your inbox. Know it.
Right.
Own it. You know, don't get caught up in good morning, beautiful spiel. Like, no, don't do that.
That's right.
Also, be a good listener. When you're doing online dating, be a good listener, because there are a lot of things that he or she may be telling you that you're not really catching because you're talking more than you're listening.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
We good with that?
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you guys once again for joining us. You can reach us at 2Hot4Church on Instagram. You can also reach us on Facebook, 2Hot4Church TV. You can reach me on my personal page, Genese Roberson, on Facebook, and then
Kim Love Jones on Facebook. K Love Jones 1 on Instagram.
K Love Jones 1 Instagram. Yep, that's it.
Instagram, and at my website, reallovejones.com. And
yes, and don't forget to get your copy of Perfectly Imperfect.
Yes.
Key Principles That Lead to Your Best Relationship Ever on Amazon, y'all. Make sure y'all cop that copy. Get that copy. Thank you guys. Yes, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, bye.
Bye.